Good morning and welcome to Daybreak Fraser Valley Weekend. I'm Kelly Patton.
And I'm Bradley Jeanette.
It's the coldest night of the year coming up tomorrow.
Well, I'm not sure if it's going to be technically the coldest night. It's forecasted for 2 degrees.
Ooh, that's really cold.
That's pretty cold.
So coldest night of the year tomorrow. All right. What actually is cold, though, is this studio.
This studio's freezing.
Mr. Producer, maybe we could turn some heat on? Can I have some more?
Might be a good idea. Anyway, all over Canada, there's fundraising events happening, and we're involved as our Daybreak team walking in Chilliwack on tomorrow evening for the Ann Davis Society.
Yeah, so if you feel like supporting, we have a link in the post for this episode, wherever you're viewing it on social media or YouTube right now. Make sure you sign up. Give us some support.
We're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
This week we have Mandy Liable of Little Wise Owls with us for an interview about her outdoor learning preschool program.
We also have Natalie Bedard with a new episode of Total Wellness sponsored by Crest Contracting Limited, and
Black Press Media's picks for the news from around the valley and our picks of what to get up to this Fraser Valley weekend. All coming up now.
Welcome back. All right, Bradley, we already went over that it's going to be the coldest night of the year tomorrow.
It is going to be the coldest night of the year, and I'm going to see you there.
Yes, we will be walking together.
Yeah, we are.
Briskly.
Very briskly, very quickly.
Yeah. All right. What have you been up to this week?
Busy week. Earlier in the week, we had our vigil for honoring the 4th anniversary of the war in Ukraine. So that was over at the Chilliwack Museum. You happened to be there. Thank you very much for coming.
My pleasure. Great exhibit.
Great exhibit, really great turnout, really gifted artists. It was kind of like 3 separate things all came together into one. And so, yeah, I'm still days later kind of exhausted from that. It was a lot of work, but it was worth it.
Yeah. Well, and there's Pink Shirt Day this week.
Pink Shirt Day. Were you wearing a pink shirt?
I was not, but be kind every day. Be kind every day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been kind, feel free to donate to coldest night of the year on behalf of Ann Davis Transition Society. Buy yourself some good karma.
There you go. Make up for it.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the news this week, brought to you by the fine reporters of Black Press Media, starting in Abbotsford.
All right, so Brandon Tucker of the Abbey News reported the need for paramedics has grown to an all-new height in Abbotsford as BC Emergency Health Services reported that ambulances were called to 20,906 incidents, a record number in 2025. This is a nearly 3% increase from 2024 and gives the city one of the highest numbers of ambulance calls in the province, with only 4 other communities having more in 2025.
Wow.
Yeah.
Vicky Hopes of the Abbey News reports that the 12th annual Gift of Love Gala that was held Saturday raised $550,000 in support of Canuck Place Children's Hospice. Canuck Place CEO Denise Prail thanked those who supported the event, as well as gala co-chairs April Ferrero, Denise DeJong, and Suzanne Adams. Prail stated that at Canuck Place, we provide care for children with short lives and the families who love them. We all have finite days, and whether our time is a little longer or all too short, what matters most is making memories we can carry for a lifetime. So very true, and that is very, very important work.
Yeah, great words, well said. In Agassiz, Adam Lewis of the Agassiz Harrison Observer reports Agassiz's first cultural night, which is set for this coming Wednesday. School District 78 is hosting the inaugural Agassiz Elementary Secondary School Cultural Night. All are welcome to attend the celebration of Indigenous culture, which will feature powwow dancing and a live drum, traditional teaching, food, music, and much more. Doors open at 4:30 with dinner catered by Saskit starting at 5 p.m. The cultural nights are part of Fraser Cascade's Indigenous Education Department initiative to showcase Indigenous culture and tradition in communities across the school district.
Out here in Chilliwack, Jennifer Feinberg reported that second-degree murder charges have been laid against 3 men in the February 15th shooting that killed Christopher Benson, 48, in downtown Chilliwack. IHID officers, with help from the Regional Emergency Response Team, arrested 1 suspect in Chilliwack and a second man at a residence in Abbotsford on February 18th. A third man was arrested by officers the next afternoon, February 19th, at a Chilliwack residence. Feinberg also reported that the BC First Nations Justice Council is welcoming Gwendolyn Point of Chilliwack into the fold. Point will be joining the 5 other members of the Elders and Knowledge Keepers Council, according to a news release on February 18th, as they work on implementing the Council's justice strategy in culturally informed ways. A member of Skookale First Nation, Point is an esteemed elder, mentor, educator, and cultural advisor. She served as knowledge keeper for the BC Assembly of First Nations Chief, as Chancellor of the University of the Fraser Valley, and Vice President of the First Nations Education Steering Committee.
All right, now in Cultus Lake, where Jennifer Feinberg reports that geese can produce 1 to 2 pounds of poop daily.
That's the grossest thing we've ever talked about on Daybreak.
All right, so a bit more context. Goose management is now underway at Cultus Lake since geese make quite a home at Cultus. The Cultus Lake Goose Management Committee actively works to discourage the Canadian geese from making the lakeside their home. The committee receives a permit from Environment and Climate Change Canada, which allows them to try and manage the goose population at Cultus Lake by harassing, not harming, or touching the geese, but chasing and making noise, clapping, as well as searching for nests and addling eggs. The idea is not to eradicate the goose population, but to manage it. Chasing, yelling, clapping, I'd be managed.
I'd sign up for that committee, actually.
I guess, yeah, getting people to volunteer might actually be good stress relief.
Yeah, could
Maybe?
be.
Okay.
Out in Hope, according to Kamon Moodley of the Hope Standard, and we mentioned last week that this was going to happen, Canadian Armed Forces reservists were in Hope on the weekend, learning how to provide assistance to communities during an earthquake. Military equipment, vehicles, and 108 soldiers from the Vancouver-based 39 Canadian Brigade Group could be seen throughout the community. For Exercise Cougar Ready, 26, a multi-day coordinating training exercise that had soldiers responding to a simulated 6.2 magnitude earthquake. Lieutenant Colonel John Fortolotsky told the Hope Standard that exercises like these are important in ensuring that soldiers are ready to help Canadians no matter the circumstance.
So I just want to say for a minute, for those who don't yet watch Daybreak, bet you they will now, 108 soldiers descending on Hope would have been very startling, I think.
If you were not prepared, I would think so.
Best way to be prepared is to watch Daybreak, Fraser Valley Weekend. All right, moving on. We're going to be back in just a little bit with some incredible guests, including Mandy Liable, and I'm really looking forward to hearing about her outdoor preschool.
I am really excited. This sounds really interesting.
All right, so we will be right back.
Welcome back and welcome Mandy Liable to Daybreak. We're so glad that you're here.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I am born and raised in Chilliwack. My parents were from here and I've lived here my whole life. And I have just really loved being outside, all the natural parts of the Fraser Valley. Chilliwack's been my home.
We're pretty lucky here.
Yeah, we have pretty much everything at our fingertips, so.
All right, so your love of the outdoors, one of the reasons you're here is because you're doing something pretty exciting, and there's a lot of people who might not know about it.
Yeah, so I own Little Wise Owls Outdoor Learning, and we are an exclusive outdoor preschool, and we have 2 locations, Sardis on Rotary, and then we also have Fairfield Island.
Okay, so what is, for people who don't know, I mean, most of us know what a preschool is, but what's an outdoor preschool? What's outdoor learning?
Yeah, so it's, we do everything a traditional indoor preschool does. Ours just looks a little different. So we still do circle time and snack time and play time, and it's more about risky play and resilience than ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. We still do that, but it's just done a little differently. So for example, we still, like for math, we'll just do like pine cone counting. So the kids still are still learning a lot of like traditional things, but it just looks a little different. So
That sounds more fun.
It does.
Yeah.
It really is. I love my job.
And so this is this in all weathers?
Yes, we're exclusively outdoors. We don't have a building. So even in the pouring rain, when we're walking by people and they're like, well, you surely can't be outside when it's snowing. And I'm like, no, we are. We're outside all year round. So, yeah, we just dress for the weather.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so we were talking before we started the recording, and you serve a lot of families. This is wildly popular.
Yeah, so we opened in September, and we have 75 families already.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And are you still growing? Is this kind of it?
Yeah, this is year 1, so we're still growing. We're actually in September, we're going to Euro as well, which is really exciting. And we have a school age program on Fridays. So instead of going to traditional school, they actually come to us. And so they come to us for 4 hours, and we get a lot of homeschoolers too. But Monday to Thursday, we do preschool.
Preschool.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm a mom. They're older now and in university, but I remember preschool age, and I remember wishing there were 3 of me every time we had to leave the house.
Yes.
So can you talk to me a little, like, do you have an entire, like, stable of staff? Because kids go everywhere and they move so fast.
Yeah, it's really a good question. So I have my husband, he comes with me, and then we have a teacher, Miss Tanya. She's as well, does class with us. And so our ratio is typically 7 to 1. And we are really big on safety. So we have everything kind of boundaried with the cones, and we have safety vests, and constantly counting kids. Constantly. Like just constantly and announcing, and yeah, so we're really big on safety. So.
Okay, well, I love that.
Yeah.
So for people who this is the first kind of thing that they're thinking about, or time that they're thinking about this, is there certain kinds of kids that thrive more in this kind of preschool, or is it for everyone, or a combination?
I'd say it's for everyone. I think all children need access to nature, and we open every child that comes into our program. It doesn't matter what the ability is, and we meet the child where they are. And children who start in September and very differently in June.
Tell me more about that.
So they, through the seasons, they come in September, October, and the weather's quite nice. They're excited. November hits. It can be really tough.
Not so excited.
Yeah, it's like we call it the month of tears sometimes, because it's their first time coming and it's cold, but they make it through. And then in December, they come, and it's 3 weeks that they can get through Christmas. And then in January, they're like, we got this, Miss Mandy. And it is so neat to see the growth and resilience in just that short amount of time. And then through the spring, and then the best part of my job is when they want to take their families out, and they say, well, Mom will say, it's cold out, it's raining. And they're like, okay, we put on a coat. We get ready to go outside. That's what we do at forest school. And so we teach them resilience, and we teach them how to be confident. And the child really changes in that short amount of time, that 10 months that they're with us.
I bet. And so are a lot of your lessons based in like environmental stewardship as well, and just a recognition of the natural elements around?
Yeah, big time. So for Fridays especially, we do a lot of taking care of the flora and the fauna. So we teach children how to be responsible about having that connection with land. And even our little preschoolers, it's quite cute how they'll even as far as dogs and community members, and they'll say, like, we carry dog treats, and they'll be like, does your dog want a treat? And so it's making those connections with even our local community members, right?
That's adorable.
Yeah, and they see that.
The fresh air.
The fresh air.
I'm just thinking of all of the,
I feel like the best part as a mom would be they'd be so tired when they got home.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, it's a good day. Like, we had a campfire yesterday, and those kids came home tired.
I bet
because
they
they
did.
were like carrying pieces of wood down to the river, and talked about fire safety, and then everybody, that fresh air, the exercise, and they pull the wagons. We have 2 wagons, and they love to pull it. They love to help. So yeah, they're tired, but
it's a good age. All right. Well, I mean, thank you so much for coming on and
for having
introducing
me.
us to that world. I feel like I'm an indoor cat. But you're making it sound like it's something that you should do it for grown-ups. I'm just saying.
Cat for grown-ups.
I've honestly had parents say that to me. They're like, I want to come. I don't want to go to work. I want to come hang out with you guys.
Let's go have a fire at the river.
Right?
The 3 of us.
I know.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, hope to have you back. We'll hear more adventures. But coming up next, Natalie Bedard with a new episode of Total Wellness.
Hi again, it's Natalie Bedard, fitness, nutrition, and mindset coach. And today I want to talk to you about joyful movement and the importance of that, especially if you are currently sedentary, you're not exercising. The thing that I see as the biggest obstacle for people in fitness, especially if they're not really doing anything yet and they want to, is the feeling of overwhelm or the desire to know what to do perfectly. So they're so busy discerning, okay, is this the right exercise for me? Is this the wrong one for me? What should I do to get the optimal results? When in fact, they're barely even getting 2,000 steps a day. So we're really missing the forest for the trees with the overwhelm. The best thing that you can do to get started is find joyful movement. So when you hear the all or nothing approach, which is very prevalent in social media, marketing towards you to get you to feel a certain sort of way or buy something, it's not helping you just get moving. And the best way to do that is to do something joyful. So for you, that might be curling, pickleball, dancing. All of these things are exercise. They get you moving and they are better than sitting on the couch and doing nothing. And for those of you that are already exercising, and maybe you're doing it with fitness and health in mind, and you're really focused on that, but you don't really love it, and you rely on a lot of discipline to do what you're doing. You have to find that get up and go to do the thing, but you're doing it. It's also important for you to include joyful movement in whatever you're doing, because that helps with consistency. If you are relying on willpower and discipline, which you might have now, but you might find you have less of in the future, especially if you get bored with your programming. Finding joyful movement is that thing that can give you that extra motivation. So that's something that I do with all of my clients. Start with anything that you love to do, and that will be the catalyst for you doing more. You can think optimal later. For those of you that are already doing optimal, but it's a grind, again, think joy. That will make your routine that much more fun, and you will be consistent long term.
All right, Kelly, I know what you're up to tomorrow. And it's gonna be cold at 2 degrees.
It'll be fine.
Wear a fur coat, something. Not real fur.
Fake fur.
Fake fur.
Yeah.
All right. It's gonna be windy. I don't know.
You're gonna be
I'll be
there.
okay.
It's gonna
I'll
be
be
so
okay.
much fun.
All right.
Come on, join us. What else are you getting up to this weekend?
I full-blown yard work. It's the season. I started some plants the other day in my greenhouse.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
I think I'm going to be checking out the women's show, which we'll talk about in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But also, this weekend is kind of for chilling. This week has been my reading week in between courses. So,
All right.
yeah.
Lots going on around the valley, so let's get to it. Let's start with Abbotsford. In Abbotsford, there's something for kids tomorrow, Saturday, from 2 to 4. Weekend Family Arts at the Reach Gallery Museum on Veterans Way. There'll be an arts instructor for family art making sessions at the Reach Gallery Studio. Guests of all ages are welcome to join the event. Children must be accompanied by parents or guardians for the duration.
Whenever they put that, it makes me think there's a story.
Something's happened.
Yeah. All right. So in AGASSIZ at Sossy Saloon on Pioneer Avenue tonight, it's free line dancing lessons.
That's awesome. Have you ever gone line dancing?
I learned in grade 10 gym.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So it's very cool. Beginners are welcome. You can come dance and laugh and kick off your weekend in a really fun way.
Does the Macarena count as line?
Macarena is not line dancing.
All right.
Boot, scoot, and boogie, or the electric slide, or
Okay.
Yeah.
We're aging ourselves.
a little bit.
In Chilliwack all weekend, it's the Fraser Valley Women's Expo at Heritage Park, so you're going to that
be
one.
there.
Over 240 booths with health, fitness, fashion, beauty, homemade, home decor, specialist service, and much more. Online tickets are only $9. That's a good deal. It's a great way to spend Saturday or Sunday or even Friday because it starts today.
Yeah, I got a tattoo there last year.
What?
Yeah.
At the women's show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Impulse buy at its best.
That's an impulse.
On Saturday night from 7 to 8:30 at the Yarrow MB Church, the Chilliwack Youth Orchestra presents a refreshing concert celebrating the end of winter and return of spring with Edward Griggs Hallberg's Suite and Smentanas Maldau. I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Your pronunciation was good enough.
Oh my goodness, you're so right.
They know who we're talking about. So come for an evening of classical and contemporary music and be delighted by the spirited talent of Chilliwack's only string youth orchestra. I'm excited for that. I saw some advertising. I think it's going to be great. So we might not be able to pronounce it, but we can get tickets at the door. $20 for general admission, $15 for students or seniors under 12 are free.
I don't do the damsel in distress thing often, but thank you for saving me.
Anytime.
All right, in Hope, it's a magic show.
I like magic shows.
Tonight, February 27th, from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m., the Almsgiving Hope Cinema Performance House on Wallace is hosting a magic show. So come laugh and be wowed by 3 of Canada's best magicians.
That sounds great.
It does sound fun.
Yeah.
After sold-out shows in Squamish and in Vancouver, live magic and comedy is coming to the newly opened Almsgiving Hope Cinema and Performance House tonight only. We couldn't see where to get tickets online, so you may have to get them at the door.
I think so. They've just reopened, and there's so much excitement.
Exciting
about the
things
cinema.
happening in Hope.
Yeah. Langley.
Yeah, Langley's coldest night of the year is tomorrow night.
Yeah, just like Chilliwack's from 4 p.m. at the Salvation Army Gateway of Hope. 5787 Langley Bypass, a winterific, family-friendly 2 or 5 kilometer fundraising walk in support of local charities serving people experiencing hurt, hunger, and homelessness. It's going to be cold out there too, and so, but we really appreciate that. Even though it's cold and we all want to bundle up and be cozy, but there's a reason.
There's a reason.
And there's people that don't have the luxuries that we have that can just walk away from it. So put on your warmest hoodie, put on a hat, come on out. Every community that all across the area, we've got people
All
doing
across
the
the
coldest
Fraser
night.
Valley.
So we want everyone to come out and participate.
Absolutely. Langley's really far, though. You should just come out with us.
Or give us money. All right.
Okay, so the daybreak has finally broken.
Morning has broken.
Morning has broken. We have to let people get on with their day.
That's unfortunate.
I think that means the day needs to start. By definition, daybreak is the day being broken.
That's
Maybe
a
you
double negative, and I'm really kind of confused. But you're smarter than I am, so I'm just going to trust whatever you say.
All right. Well, thanks to Mandy Liable of Little Owls Learning and to Natalie Bedard with Total Wellness, sponsored by Rivercrest Contracting Limited. If you have something you think we should share on the show, we would love to hear from you. So contact us through Messenger on chillTV's Facebook page.
Thank you for watching, and have a fabulous Fraser Valley weekend.